Missing Westmoreland teen girls found in good health in Runaway Bay. 2 Westmoreland teenage girls who were reported missing on Monday have been found and are now reunited with their families after 3 days of searching. 13-year-old Sierra Samuels and 14-year-old Raquel Lawrence, who were both students at the Frome Technical High School, were located in Runaway Bay, St. Anne. Sierra's mother, Maris Drummond, told reporters on Friday that she is grateful to everyone who participated in the effort to locate the girls. "She's with me at the hospital now. They were found in Runaway Bay, St. Anne. Thanks to everyone who prayed and who shared posts on social media," a thankful Drummond said. The mother also gave commendations to reporters for reaching out and writing the story that led to the girls being found. Best friends Sierra and Raquel were reported missing Monday after they failed to return home from school. The girls were located in Runaway Bay on Thursday after 3 days of searching. They appear to be in good health. Veteran athletics analyst Hubert Lawrence passes away. The local and international track and field community is in mourning and shock following the sudden passing of highly respected athletics journalist and broadcaster Hubert Lawrence. Lawrence, 64, was found unresponsive at his home in St. Catherine on Friday. A proud St. Jago alumni, Lawrence rose to prominence as a columnist and an ever-present analytical reference on local and international track and field coverage. He also cemented his reputation as a foremost authority in Jamaican and international track and field statistics and insight as co-author of the acclaimed Power and Glory, Jamaica in World Athletics from WW2 to the Diamond League era, and has featured in several other major publications such as Champs 100 and 50 Days of Fire, his most recent effort. Lawrence was featured on the number of the important panels, including the Olympic Games, World Athletics Championships, Character Games, and all major local meets. The journalist's passing has triggered several responses from members of the media fraternity, track and field enthusiasts and interest, as well as a number of public figures and admirers. He was due to be a member of yesterday's Gibson's McCook Relays TV coverage team. The Jamaica Athletics Administrative Association issued a release stating, "The JGA is deeply saddened by the passing of an extraordinary track and field analyst and journalist Hubert Lawrence. He dedicated his life to sport we love. Sincere condolences to his many friends and his family. May his soul rest in peace." Indicom probing shooting incident involving cop and taxi driver. The Independent Commission of Investigations Indicom said the probe into the morning shooting incident involving a cop and taxi operator in Halfway Tree, St. Andrew, will be twofold. The operator was reportedly shot and wounded by the police officer after allegedly refusing to comply with instructions to pull over. Indicom's Assistant Commissioner Hamish Campbell told reporters that Indicom's agents will investigate the shooting of the taxi driver, while the JCF will probe the driver's alleged use of the vehicle to mow down the cop before fleeing the incident scene. The taxi operator reportedly later showed up at hospital seeking medical attention. Campbell said the injured lawman is still being treated at hospital. Mr. Campbell said that while Indicom did not receive a statement from the injured cop because he was undergoing treatment, the incident scene was examined by Indicom forensics team. The forensics evidence gathered from the incident scene involving bloody sample will aid in determining if the accused taxi driver was present. Passengers who were in the taxi and eyewitnesses in the vicinity of the incident are being urged to make a formal report to Indicom.
This morning, after about 7:15, 7:30, in the Halfway Tree area, it was initially reported as a discharge of firearm by a police officer. That subsequently turned out to be a shooting incident where a man was shot and injured. The police report that they were engaged in traffic duties. An officer asked a taxi driver to stop his car for whatever reason we don't know at the moment. The taxi driver failed to comply, drove towards the officer and knocked him down. And in that process, the officer drew his weapon and fired one round through the windscreen of the taxi. The officer was injured. The taxi fled the scene. That taxi has eventually been found by the police, locked up. The officer went to hospital where he was treated for some injuries, and a man was subsequently identified at the hospital having received a gunshot injury and identified as the taxi driver. And Indicom are investigating the actual shooting by the police officer, and that will continue. The officer has not yet been spoken to because he was undergoing medical treatment, but the scene has been examined and photographed ballistic evidence recovered, and some evidence recovered from the taxi which was found. So the inquiries at this stage are ongoing.
20-year-old charged for stabbing of sound system operator during altercation. After being on the run since last year, 20-year-old Jamar Miller, otherwise called Sane, was on Friday arrested and charged in relation to the stabbing of a sound system operator in St. Anne. Miller, a warehouse worker of Racecourse Lane in the parish, is facing the charges of felony with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and unlawful wounding. The court date is being finalized. The attack happened on Friday, July 28, 2023. The police report that about 6 p.m., the complainant has just finished playing his sound system in Wilton Gardens, St. Andrew, when Miller approached him. Miller allegedly pointed a firearm at the complainant and opened gunfire. A struggle ensued, and the firearm reportedly fell to the ground. Miller then allegedly used a knife to inflict wounds to the complainant's leg before fleeing. After more than 6 months on the run, Miller was arrested and charged following an interview in the presence of its attorney on Friday, February 23rd. St. James man facing rape and other charges in relation to incident involving 7-year-old girl. A 69-year-old St. James man is facing rape and other charges in relation to an incident involving a 7-year-old girl. Paul Anderson, otherwise called Roger, a cargo handler of Love Lane, Montego Bay, was charged following an incident on December 1 last year. He was also charged with grievous sexual assault and sexual touching of a child. Reports were that Anderson allegedly founded a 7-year-old girl on several occasions and had sexual intercourse with her. On Thursday, February 15, Anderson reportedly kissed the complainant in the presence of another child who informed her mother of the incident. A report was made to the police and an investigation was launched into the matter. Anderson was arrested on Saturday, February 17, after he was pointed out to the police by the complainant. He was charged by the detectives assigned to the Center of the Investigation of Sexual Offences and Child Abuse Sisoko with breaches of Sexual Offences Act on Wednesday, February 21. His court date is not yet finalized. Meanwhile, the police are assuring members of the public that every case is treated with privacy and confidentiality, and they should continue to report these incidents to the police. The JCF says it and its partnering agencies such as schools, hospitals, and the Child Protection and Family Services Agency (CPFSA) are robust in their effort to minimize sexual offenses committed against children. The public is being reminded that children under the age of 16 cannot give consent for sexual-related activities, hence the law makes it mandatory for sex offenders to face punitive measures. Additionally, persons who have knowledge of sexual offenses against a child and fail to report the incident will also be prosecuted as per the Act. The JCF is appealing to persons and guardians to report suspicious case of child abuse to Sisoko at 876-926-4079, the CPFSA at 876-948-7206 or the nearest police station. EOJ caution employers against not allowing time off for workers to vote. The Electoral Office of Jamaica has been informed that several employers have indicated to their staff that they will not be allowed time off on election day or will only be allowed 2 hours off. The EOJ is cautioning employers within the public and private sectors that employees have the right to time off to vote. Employees who intend to vote in the upcoming local government election are entitled to 3 hours time off from work on election day next Monday, February 26. The 3 hours time of vote is in addition to the usual lunch hour. The law, however, does not apply to persons who work commercial working from 10 a.m. or later or end work at or before 2 p.m. Director of Elections Glasspool Brown is appealing to employers to permit their staff to exercise their constitutional rights to vote come February 26. Electors are being encouraged to work with the appropriate arrangements with their employees before Election Day. Polling stations will open at 7 a.m. and close at 5 p.m. Foolishness. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has rubbished claims that there has been a temporary interruption in overtime payments to rank-and-file members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. On Thursday, while cops, soldiers, and election day workers went to the polls ahead of the February 26 local government election, information was being circulated that cops would not be paid for overtime work done. However, while on the campaign trail with the Jamaica Labour Party candidates in Nosey, Hanover on Thursday, Holness dismissed the messages as bogus. Someone sent me a fake voice note saying that policemen will not receive their overtime pay for some of the weeks. Not so. Somebody choose to create mischief at this point in time, he assured. I received the note, listened to it, kissed my teeth and said foolishness. But I received a call from a few police officers who I know alerting me to this message. I said yes, I saw it, and they said, Prime Minister, the must take policeman for fool, related wholeness. He went on to reference a conversation that he said took place with one cop. I don't want to get into too much details because I don't want anybody identifying him, he said. Prime Minister, the biggest increase that members of the security forces have ever gotten is under the Jamaica Labour Party. He said this business of overtime is a JLP policy idea. It is a JLP that makes the economy possible to give the level of increases the police officers have gotten, the teachers have gotten, the servants have gotten, and other members of the public sector have gotten. The Jamaica Labour Party did that, stated Wholeness. He reminded me that under the last two PNP administrations, at least they got some wage freezes. He made the point to me that whenever the PNP is in power and they get a wage increase, later after they take it back and say wage freeze, the party leader continue as Green Clad supporters cheered him on. Wholeness maintained that this was because past PNP administrations were unable to effectively manage the economy, a point consistently made on the campaign trail. Whether it is a road, water, more pay, dealing with crime, whatever it is, collecting your garbage, you must have a good economy, he pointed out. Don't let anyone tell you foolishness. The only party that has run the country and the economy well since independence, if you check back the records on it, is the Jamaica Labour Party, the JLP leader continued. Also on Thursday, the police high command in a statement on its social media pages responded to what it said were baseless claims aimed at creating unrest and discord among its members. The High Command noted that since the implementation of its workforce system in April 2023, the JCF has remained committed to ensuring the well-being of officers, including the prompt and accurate overtime payment due. It said at the end of February 2024, more than $651 million in overtime payments were paid out. It stressed that the timely and accurate payment of overtime to the JCF members will continue. It also noted that in total, more than $4.9 billion in overtime had already been paid out under the system, and on average, more than 10,000 members receive overtime payments each month. In an interview to reporters on Thursday, Embassy Chairman of the Jamaica Police Federation, Corporal Roy James, called for an Auditor General's probe into the $4.9 billion in overtime that the High Command said it paid out over the system to more than 12,500 rank-and-file members. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.